What's up, guys? Welcome in to another edition of SuperFlex Fridays. I am your host, Ben. I am joined by Avery this week. Travis, we voted him off the island. Survivor style, he is out. Was rambling too much, but it's going to be a good day. Big slate tonight. Avery, I was going to ask you, how do you say your last name? Was it Chenier?
Chenier, French
Chenier.
Canadian.
Nice. Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
When I was in Kansas and Texas, them like the people there trying to say my last name was hilarious every time. So when you don't get that, yeah, it's a little different.
Nice. I like it. Well, we are going to dive in here. If you guys are new to this, I think this is the third one we've done. This show is dedicated to our newest partner, Owner's Box Fantasy. You guys can check them out on ownersbox.online. Use promo code KARMA. They will give you $5 for free to enter tonight. Once you win and you see, how great the website is, you will get $25 for free upon your first deposit. We're going to run through the positions here. We're going to go infield, outfield, pitchers, and then Superflex. Superflex is what makes this website so much fun. You can use two pitchers. When football gets here, we'll be able to use two quarterbacks. But we're going to start off at infield. Since you are the guest, I will go with you first since I'm kind of hosting this. Who is your favorite play at the top pricing tier of infield?
So this is a guy who is a shock he's not in the All-Star game. We're gonna go Austin Riley against the Nationals, 5,700 today. Been on a little bit of heater the last 2 weeks in his career. He hits 292 off Patrick Corbin. I do like the BVP a lot for gambling, but I don't know so much here. Is a higher weighted runs created plus ISO and OPS against left-handers. Over the last 14 days, he's fourth in weighted runs created plus ISO, OPS, and third in weighted on base average. Patrick Corbin only has an 18% strikeout rate. So I don't think we have much of an issue with Patrick Corbin striking out the world today and having Austin Riley's number. So that's why I like at the top infield slot here.
Yeah, there's a lot of good offensive spots tonight. We got Coors Field, your Blue Jays are in a good spot, and then obviously the Braves as well. So I definitely agree with that. And I'm not ever a big All-Star snub guy, but there was a couple this year that had me raising my eyebrow a little bit. Riley, Jordan Alvarez, like just kind of weird ones. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Jordan didn't start, so he was in, but Austin Riley just isn't even in the game at all,
Yeah,
which
yeah, just
which makes
ridiculous.
yeah. But they'll get their Pittsburgh Pirates in there, and they'll find a way to get everyone. David Bednar deserves it.
Yeah, it's so stupid. But yeah, I agree with Riley. I'm gonna go with Paul Goldschmidt. So I don't think I'm really gonna be targeting the Cardinals tonight as like a stack. But I do think it's a good spot for Goldie. Hunter Green is a good young pitcher. Obviously has strikeout ability with his fastball. 29% strikeout rate this season, but he's been beat up by righties this year. 362 WOBA allowed, 286 ISO allowed in around 190 plate appearances, and I mean Goldie just a resurgent year for him, right? I mean 386 WOBA against righties. He's been one of the best hitters in baseball, and he hits fastballs really well. So I think it's a good spot for him at his price. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that take.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. It was kind of same process, different player. I put Arenado in the one lineup that I have today based on the same thing. He's hit Hunter Green pretty well and no problem against righties there.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'd full stack them, but maybe you could probably plug those two guys in there for a little mini stack for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you have anyone else at infield that you really want to talk about, or we can just head over to outfield?
I like Marcus Semien a lot tonight, to be honest. A guy who's been really hot against lefties recently. The Texas Rangers are just good against left-handers. I'm not playing Robbie Ray today. Marcus Semien's been kind of hot since maybe the worst start in baseball history with the biggest contract ever. But I do like Marcus Semien in there as kind of a Corey Seager's priced higher. Not so much lefty on lefty. He had another good game last night, but I do like Marcus Semien there as kind of a middle guy that you can get some good production from.
Yeah, I like that call. What is your take on Robbie Ray as a whole? Because I kind of have this rule because people love to play him in daily fantasy. I never play him when I, I never play him when he's going to be high owned, but I feel like he always pitches on nights where like he's going to be high owned. It's insane. It happens every week.
Yeah, I think he's he's the top guy again this week, right? For this slate.
Yeah.
Um, I like playing him. I'm not gonna lie because of the strikeout side.
Hmm.
I I think it's a good play most of the time, but again, the high owned. I mean, we don't have huge contests here, so it does kind of suck if you don't play Robbie Ray. He has a good game and he is high owned. Then you're just kind of falling behind if you don't have it. But I'm
Yeah.
not playing him tonight, but I do like Robbie Ray.
Yeah, I mean, last year I loved playing him. I mean, he was so good last year, but I don't know. Like, I'm sure you know because you're a Blue Jays fan, but obviously, whatever they're doing with their pitching coach is just significantly better than most teams because they completely fixed him, and they've done it to other pitchers as well. And then, not that he's been bad, but he just hasn't been as good this year as he was last year.
No, definitely starting to heat up though. Like I think I saw a stat before his previous start, like his last 5 starts, he had crazy numbers. He's back to Robbie Ray, kind of diced up the Jays too.
Yeah. All right, we'll move to outfield. I'll go first. I think Acuna is probably my favorite. So we kind of stick with the Braves theme. Obviously, Corbin has actually been better as of late, but
Yeah.
still gives up power to righties like he always has, even back when he was good. And he's been throwing his sinkers so much this year, almost 50% of the time. And Acuna's numbers against sinkers, it's not a huge sample, but a 353 ISO and a 66% hard hit rate will definitely get the job done. So I think I'm going to go with him as my favorite high priced outfielder.
And I got to play in the same game. I'm just going to go Juan Soto. He's doing the Juan Soto thing where he's extremely locked in, walking, but also hitting home runs. And as a season long guy as well, it's like, okay, people are asking me all the time, what's wrong with Juan Soto? And you can't really say there's anything wrong. Like they just pitch him better than anyone else and he walks all the time. So you don't get those home runs. But last 2 weeks, he's the second highest weighted runs created plus, highest weighted on base average, highest OPS, and highest walk rate. And the numbers are even better if you just go strictly right-handed pitching. So I like Juan Soto a lot tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I forgot to give my value play at infield. I'm not used to hosting these, so I kind of forgot. So we'll just group all the value in together here at outfield. Do you have like an outfielder that you think is way too cheap today?
Uh, I hate to do this because he's a Yankee, but I'm gonna go Matt Carpenter right now. Again, I was kind of in this thing like last 2 weeks, see how they've been doing. Highest weighted runs created plus in baseball, highest ISO, second best OPS, does most of his damage against righties. Native Valdi's 5 for 10 off Native Valdi as well, slugging percentage 800. I just like Matt Carpenter in the spot for a guy who's $700 above the minimum. That you're not really getting that much production. I think the risk team did a little bit better pricing this week, so I would like to give them a round of applause.
Yeah.
I crapped on them a little bit last week. I was told that it wasn't good. Like I needed to be nicer, but no, I think Matt Carpenter's a good play here tonight.
No, I can't complain. They did a better job for sure. 100%. I agree with that. So for outfield, I'm interested maybe like a one-off. Chas McCormick is 3,200. He's projected about eighth. He actually has like surprisingly good numbers against left-handed pitching. 386 WOBA this season. You wouldn't really think of that when you think of Chas McCormick, but then if you look back, you incorporate last year as well. 352 WOBA against lefties. If he cracks the lineup at 3,200, I think that's a really strong value play.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one there.
And then for infield, for like a value, O'Neal Cruz is 4,200. So typically when we say value, like I'm looking for like low threes or mid threes, but 4,200 for a guy in Coors Field, I think is just too cheap. They don't have a huge team total. 5 runs is high though for the Pirates, and he's pretty much been their best hitter since he got called up. His advanced stuff looks really good, and Herman Marquez. It's kind of funny to me. The Rockies, like they were kind of like deciding between John Gray and Marquez, and they pick Marquez, and then John Gray goes to Texas and has had a really good
Wrong
year.
guy.
Yeah, Marquez has just fallen off a cliff, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
Last year he had better numbers at Coors Field than on the road too, which is just a
Yeah,
wild thing to say. But same for you. I feel bad, but today I'm playing one pitcher. I just love so many of the hitter options. So the bottom dollar play, I did the Matt Carpenter 3,700. So I really don't have to play guys who are that cheap if you're only doing one pitcher, and my guy's not the highest price guy. So a guy that I did like in this situation is going to be Andrew Vaughn going up against Devin Smelter. Smacked around left-handed pitching, and since he's been in the big leagues, obviously a smaller sample size, but a 390 WOBA and a weighted runs created plus of 153 against lefties. Devin Smelter has a 5.54 FIP. He has a Ks per nine of 5.4. Again, I don't think he possesses much of an issue to this White Sox lineup, but I think Andrew Vaughn's a good play if you need a not total value guy, but a cheaper guy.
yeah. I was gonna ask you that at the top. So we kind of talked about strategy last week. I think you and I agreed we were both more on the terms of like we like to spend up for two pitchers, but with how they price things last week, there was so much value. It was so easy to get two really good pitchers. And do you think that your strategy changes a little bit this week because there's just not as many like standout value plays?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I thought I found a decent chance for a cheaper pitcher. So to get a decent amount of points here. And I don't know why I love the spot so much, but there was a Blue Jay that I had to put in my SuperFlex spot today that I thought was in a good opportunity. But again, the pitchers get so many points. Like the only way you're there's a better chance of a pitcher having a good game than a hitter who hits 2 home runs and you get those 50 points. But for today, I think I'm just going one pitcher.
All right, we can segue that to pitcher here. We'll talk. There's some big names today. We have Brendan Woodruff, Clayton Kershaw, Alec Manoa, Yu Darvish. There's some pretty big names across the board here. Robbie Ray, who we talked about a little bit earlier. So you sound very, very confident in one single pitcher today. So I'm curious to hear who this pitcher is.
This is ugly. People might not like this, but I
Oh
like
no.
Alex Wood. I like Alex Wood today. Going up against
Okay.
Milwaukee, 22nd weighted runs created plus, 23rd in OPS against lefties, seventh highest strikeout rate. Alex Wood has been really good in July. Only allowed 7 hits in 12 innings, 1 earned run, striking out 12 and only walking one, 0.67 whip. He has a 4.43 ERA, but a 3.26 FIP and a 3.23 xFIP. Pretty good chase rate, strikeout percentage of 23%. I think we're in a decent spot for Alex Wood, who can go deep into a game. I don't think the upside is absolutely nuts, but I think it is a pretty safe floor for me, is what I'm going to be playing tonight. Matched up against Brandon Woodruff, so a guy I don't think will be high owned if this is a bigger contest, because obviously Woodruff's great arm there. It's who I like on the mound tonight, and I think it gives me really good options with the bats. So I'm playing Alex Wood.
All right, you guys heard it here. Alex Wood, just monster start tonight. Hit the thumbs up, like the video for that call right there. Um, so you're just skipping over all these 10K pitchers. I was not expecting that before we did this video. I don't think I was prepared for that.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to be a little bit different, right? Because people are gonna like Patrick Sandoval, Jordan Montgomery, Tyler Wells being ahead of Alex Wood. I just think is kind of
Yeah,
nuts.
I agree with
Uh,
that. I agree with that.
so it's just that's kind of the value. Like Patrick Sandoval, 9,500. There's no way I can play him. He's probably gonna throw a perfect game after I said that, but um, yeah, there's just I thought there was a little bit more value in Alex Wood than some of the other guys there.
Yeah, so I think I went back and forth on this. I think my favorite pitcher is Manoa at 10-2. So he doesn't have the strikeout upside of like a Woodruff, I would say, but he has swing and miss ability, and he's up against this just terrible watered down Royals lineup. I mean, their projected lineup tonight, it's not good. Like a 100 combined ISO, uh, below a 270 WOBA, like it's just really bad. So I feel like he should be able to carve up a lineup like that, and he's a huge favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it. I like Alec Manoa a lot tonight. Kevin Gosman took some of those young bats that had just been called up for the Royals and would go fastball high, slider or splitter low, and they would just swing through it every time. So I think guys who are giddy to go hit up there for the Royals too, Alec Manoa can strike out. The slider's good. The fastball plays up. He's got a good two seam. I do like Alec Manoa a lot tonight, but I can't come on here every day and just say, hey, let's just take the best Blue Jays player of the day, right?
Well, I was
But
prepared. Like,
as long as you say it, Ben,
yeah,
I'm fine.
I got you covered. I was prepared for like the Alec Manoa left tonight, but you brought Alex Wood. All right. So outside of Manoa, I mean, I'm good with any of those other expensive guys like Woodruff. I think is fine. In terms of like a value pitcher, I mean, this is disgusting, but I do think Zach Plesac at 7,900. I 100% agree that Alex Wood for 82 is a better play. I 100% agree with that. But Plesac, I'm not a Plesac fan, but it's kind of this situation where the Tigers lineup is so bad that,
Yeah.
and he's bad. Like one of them has to win. Like someone's gonna have a good game, whether it be the Tigers or Plesac. And after the way the Tigers looked last night, I mean, Tristan McKenzie just absolutely carved them up. Now Plesac, not the same type of pitcher, but I don't know. This lineup is so bad. He's a big favorite as well. Vegas likes him. What is your thoughts on Plesac tonight?
I'm basically just have no thoughts on Zach Plesac. It's a guy I just pretty much wouldn't play ever, right?
Right.
It's just it's so ugly. Like Kopech is a guy I like a lot because of strikeout upside, kind of around the same price there though. But you're definitely right about that Tigers lineup. It is god awful.
Yeah, it's bad. It was like fine for a little bit, and then they just fell back off a cliff.
Yeah,
But
the Riley Green call up kind of sparked them a little bit, but
yeah, I thought they were gonna get rolling. Not that they were gonna like go on a run or anything, but yeah, it's bad. Um,
yeah,
all right,
not great.
so I mean, we kind of covered the positions and the pitchers here. I'm gonna ask you. So Travis last week says we're gonna do this thing where we keep track of home run calls, and then he didn't ask me or you for a home run call. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask you who your home run call is for today.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Juan Soto. I'll do
Okay.
it. I don't
Okay.
mind. What about you, Ben? What do you like?
Ooh. I was debating this. I'm gonna go with Dan Vogelbach. I think for mine.
That's awesome.
I love that guy. Love that guy. Um,
That's an awesome home run call.
I'm gonna be so happy if he hits a home run. I'm gonna
No,
clip this
it'll be
and we're gonna
electric.
tweet it out. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's electric anytime he does anything. Like if you ever see like he'll randomly hit like a triple like once a season, and him just barreling around the bases is just so good. I love it.
I mean, when he was hitting, I don't know if he's still doing this. I don't think he is, but when he was hitting leadoff, it was just hilarious to see his name at the top of any lineup ever. It's like that's awesome.
Uh, yeah, I don't think he's projected about second tonight. Friend of the show,
Okay.
Josh Van Meter's projected to lead off. So I don't know. Obviously, you don't know because we just partnered with you. But Josh Van Meter actually is a close friend of our show here. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
We one of the guys I wanted to play was George Springer, but I went to the Jays game. Bryson Stott got us tickets to the Jays game, and he was rounding first, going to third, and then apparently George Springer told him not to run because he can't throw a baseball right now. So
oh
George
my,
Springer is just going to be out for me until he can until he can get a little bit
wow,
healthier.
that's some good
Yeah.
inside information right there, though.
Yeah. We got on so I was talking to Bryson Stott. We got on the field after the game and he said they're going up against Sandy. I don't know if that's today or this weekend. He said there's no one harder to hit in baseball. He throws them 94-mile-an-hour changeups and no one enjoys hitting off them. So I
Yeah,
mean, he's going to win the Cy Young at this point, right?
yeah, that guy's disgusting. And it's funny because like when they first called him up like years ago, like you could see like the stuff was always there, but he wasn't like getting the results. And it's like, how can this guy have this stuff and he just get? Obviously, he put it together now, but it's just interesting to like see the dynamic there.
Yeah, it's really. Would you play like Max Meyer tomorrow? Would you dare do that?
Yeah, I was considering that. I picked him up in some season long leagues.
Yeah, did the same. I dropped Brian Bayo for him. I was like, eye for an
Yeah,
eye. Sorry, you got
that
to
was a
go.
dud right there, huh? I mean, I
Next,
thought,
Pedro Martinez.
yeah,
I think he's
what a dud.
awesome. I
No,
think
yeah, he could still be good. People overreact to stuff, so dumb. But it's just like you get all hyped and like he gets like a good matchup, like the Rays, right? And then lets down, then gets the same matchup again, and you're like, oh, maybe he's seen the lineup, and then it was just still not
yeah.
great. But
I hated that it was the same matchup twice. I was like, you can't really play him. But his over strikeouts hit from the clouds, which is something
yes,
we enjoyed.
yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to see like who else is pitching tomorrow. Obviously, I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm definitely interested.
I
I
just
don't
got
know.
a thing for rookies, man. I love minor league baseball, so
Oh, I do
it kind
too.
of it clouds my judgment, and I make dumb decisions when I think. I mean, rookies are going to be the best players in baseball as soon as they get called up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, people in our community know me as like the prospect guy. Like anytime anyone gets called up, they're instantly asking me like, "What is up with this guy?"
yeah.
And I
Oh, that's
love pitching.
awesome.
Pitching is my thing. I love to research pitching, so should be interesting. But
Awesome.
all right, thank you guys for watching. As always, like I said, please leave a like, put thumbs up on the video, comment. Let me know who you guys are playing tonight, and if you're liking Owner's Box. I'm liking it. I can't wait for football. I am just so excited to play Superflex football on Owner's Box. But Avery, do you have any last words for the people?
No, let's cash. Let's get in the pay zone tonight. Hopefully, we can help you out with that.
Yeah, good luck tonight, guys, and we'll see you next Friday.